Hello and welcome into the Spiritual Noob. Today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading that's talking about what you still need healing from. So, we all, at all times, I believe, have many themes that we need healing from. Some themes are bigger than others, some more have more like impact on our lives than others. But we always have something, right? So I think this reading is talking about some of the major things that you may still need healing from. So I keep wanting to turn the cards over. I think I did do that for one reading where I showed what was on the card and kind of let people pick intuitively from what was on the card. But I kind of wanted to be a surprise in this reading. And I'm finding more and more lately that I really want it to be a surprise, which is interesting. So we have group one, group two, group three, and we are going to be using different tarot decks. So I will show the tarot decks, and that might help you choose which pile you want. We're going to be using the gold Lyre for the first pile, the light Seer's tarot for the second pile, and the crow tarot for the third pile. Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds to choose your pile and then we'll get right into it. Oh, before we do that though, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. It really help my channel to grow if I can get more and more subscribers. So that said, I'll give you some time to pick your piles. Okay, welcome in pile number one. So let's see what card you chose. You chose the Tower. So I feel like this may be something fairly recent that happened in your life that has been like a tower moment for you that has really kind of turned things upside down. And you may not feel like you're fully recovered from whatever happened. So I have a little notebook I take notes on for each pick a card reading. So I'm going to be reading some questions off of this notebook. But I do have some pre-pulled tarot cards, and we will look at the messages in these cards. So let's look at the kind of like the overall energy behind this reading. It is Five of Cups reversed. So yeah, there's something that happened that caused a lot of grief for you and upset. It's kind of like you're coming out of that energy. You're trying to come out of that energy. Maybe the point of this reading is going to be, obviously this reading is about what do you still need to heal from. So you may be still deep within this energy. I kind of want to get a little bit more information on maybe what this tower moment was for you and why it's causing so much emotional upset for you. Let's see if we can get a little bit of understanding about that. I'm just getting over a cold, you guys, so if you hear some coughing and whatever, that is what's going on. Okay, so let's get some clarity on this tower. Okay, so this is something that happened that gave you clarity on something, or is like meant to give you clarity on something. Um, it's like you kind of woke up to something that was really difficult for you to face. Yeah, the Chariot. So, like this is something that really changed kind of the momentum of your life, I feel like. Um, I can't really get any more specific than that. It's probably very different from person to person in this group. So, next question. I want to get a feel for your overall energy. Three of Cups. So, this may have been a family matter, or this may have been because the Three of Cups is it's a group of people that are really connected emotionally. It's talking about community. Um, so I feel like there's something that happened possibly within the family, maybe within a friend group, um, that's really devastating to you. Let's see. The next question is um, the energy of the situation. Let's see that. So King of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is it's been very heartbreaking for you. It's been very hard to deal with. Maybe a lot of volatile emotion. There may be a lot of ups and downs here with this. And with the King of Cups reverse, you may be a person that is very action oriented. Like you always need to do something to fix or change a situation. And I feel like in this situation, you may feel like there's not really anything you can do. Um, and that's very hard for you. So I'm sorry about that. What is holding you? What is it holding it back from? So what is the situation holding you back from? From really taking action. You're not really able to take inspired action in the way that you want. Why is it hard for you to heal from this? Ten of Wands reversed. I think it's kind of hard for you to let go of the burden. It's just yeah, Ten of Wands reverse is really about like releasing burden. And I think it's like if you were able to release the burden of this, it would you would feel so much better. But it's almost like this is an extreme example, but it's what's popping up into my head. But it's like when you have a loss, like a physical, like someone passes away in your life, right? And the burden of that is so heavy. And it would feel a lot better if you were able to release that burden. But when it's a person that you really care about, it's almost like they passed away in the physical, and you releasing the burden of it. Burden's probably not a good word to use in this scenario either, right? But like releasing the grief from it almost feels like releasing that person, right? It's like if I don't feel, grief is kind of an indication of like the emotional connection we have with somebody, how much we care about somebody. We don't care that much when somebody passes away and they're not someone important to us, right? So it's like releasing the grief is almost like releasing how much you love that person, how much you really cared about that person, and that can be really hard to do. What is the advice from Spirit? Queen of Wands reverse. Be like here. You have King of Cups reverse. You have Queen of Wands reverse. Queen is a feminine energy. It's a receptive energy, right? So it's kind of like be receptive of the energy that you're feeling right now, and don't feel like you have to do anything to fix it. Right? You don't have to be the fixer. Just allow yourself to feel into the energy. It's okay. If something bad happened in your life, it's okay that you feel bad about it. It's a natural response. So you don't have to feel like you need to do anything or change anything. Sometimes there's situations where literally sometimes it's just a matter of feeling through it, and time, I hate to say time will heal because that's such a cliche phrase, but it does in a sense. Like, the grieving the loss of something difficult that happened, or grieving, I don't know if that sentence made sense. Grieving the loss of something, or dealing with a situation where something very difficult happened in your life, it's going to make you feel feelings, right? And it's okay to feel those feelings. So allow yourself the grace of feeling whatever it is you're feeling right now. So let's look. I don't know why I have so many cards. Let's get a question. So what will be the outcome? Let's see. Look at all the cards that are left. So yeah, I think the outcome is that it's just something that's going to be difficult for a while, right? Like, I feel like this group is dealing with something very difficult and traumatic that happened, and there's always there's a tendency to want to kind of shortcut the difficult emotions from things because we don't want to feel that. But it's not necessarily beneficial for you or positive for you to shortcut those emotions, right? It's like, feel into it, because also if we try to just hurry up and get over it, we can end up burying emotions and they become part of our auric field. It's always better to feel through it, transmute the energy, and release it, right? Because then you're not energetically affected by this anymore in your life going forward. So yeah, I hope this reading was helpful. I'm sorry. I feel like this group is really going through some very difficult things. I think it may be related to family, with Three of Cups here. And so I'm really sorry for whatever it is you're going through right now. But this is the end of the reading. I hope you could resonate with it. If you like this reading, please like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. Until next time, Pile 1. Bye. Welcome in, Pile 2. We are going to look at what do you still need healing from? So let's look at the card that you chose. You chose the heart. So your heart is hurting. There's something, maybe a breakup, maybe the loss of someone. You're really grieving a situation, I feel like. So let's look at the overall energy of this reading. It is Ace of Swords. Yeah, so there's the overall energy is that there's a lot coming in for you intuitively. Man, I'd like to get more information about that. Let's clarify. Let me shuffle this deck once because I used it in Pile 1. Kind of clear out the energy. Clarification on Ace of Swords. Okay, so for the clarification, you have Six of Cups reversed. So I feel like there's a lot of reminiscing that's happening right now. You may be having a lot of dream, like this may be like in a breakup scenario. Sometimes we're kind of blinded to that person when we're in a relationship with them, and then when we break up with them, it's like we suddenly can see all of the reasons why we're not with them, right? So yeah, I feel like there's a lot coming to you right now about this situation that's like opening your eyes to a lot. You may be having dreams, and maybe just something that's like constantly on your mind. You can't really like shake it. So let's get clarity on this oracle card that you pulled, the heart. Let's get clarity on that. Page of Wands reversed. Yeah, so if this is like a scenario where you've broken up with somebody, you may be thinking like, why did I even ever date them? Why did I do that? Let's see. Let's get the energy of the situation itself. Eight of Pentacles. It was a. You may have worked really hard to. I'm getting a very strong breakup energy here, like because it's like when you're with somebody and they're not really the right person, but you're really trying to make it work with that person, so you're putting a lot of work into it. And that's what this Eight of Pentacles is talking about, a lot of work. So the energy of this oracle, the heart, is really talking about all the work you put into a situation, right? What is the effect on you? Nine of Swords reversed. So Nine of Swords is all about like stress and anxiety, being really in your head about things. And there's like a coming out of that energy. I think there's a realization that it is all in your head. And maybe it's because you're the more you think about and reminisce on the situation, you really are taking those rose-colored glasses off and you're seeing the situation for what it was. You put a lot of work into a situation that wasn't really meant to be, or whatever the case may be. And I think you're kind of waking up to that. But like, you know, sometimes the heart is slower than the mind, right? It's like that we have, even though we know there's a situation that's not good for us, it can take a while for the heart to catch up to that. So we can still have these feelings that are not the greatest. Now I gotta count the cards. Okay, what is the situation holding you back from? Love. This is about a breakup. This is totally about a breakup. So you have the Lover's card. So this is holding you back from finding new love, right? Because there's an energy that's still holding on to this past situation. That was so like confirming for me. Like I felt so good to see that card come out. That's a personal thing. So why is it hard for you to heal from this? Why is it so hard for you to heal from this? The Tower reversed because it was very difficult. It's a difficult breakup. And you were always trying to avoid it. I feel like it was coming for a while. That's why you're putting so much work into it, because it was coming for a while and you were putting a lot of work into it to try to like keep it from happening, and you were unable to avoid the inevitable in the end. What is the advice from Spirit? Ace of Pentacles. See what else is out there. There's something else out there for you. Something better. There's something better for you. And what will be the outcome? So 10 of Wands and the Star card reversed. So the outcome, okay, I'm kind of seeing this as the outcome of not letting go of this situation. Because 10 of Wands is about burden, and the Star card reverse is about kind of a resistance to healing or a need for healing. So I want to say if you continue to hold on to this situation, this will be the outcome. But at the same time, there is no like time limit on how long it takes to like get over a relationship and stuff like that. I think this reading is just like it's really just trying to let you be aware of the fact that holding on to this energy of this breakup or whatever the situation may be is going to cause a burden for you, and it's going to continue to be something that you need to heal until you heal it. It's going to be continue to be something that like will affect future relationships and stuff like that until you release this energy, right? So yeah, this is the reading. I think it's totally about a breakup, but let me know if you resonate with this reading. Please let me know in the comments what it meant for you. And if you appreciated this reading, please like my video, share my video, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, Pile 2, bye! Welcome in, Pile 3. Let's see what card you chose. You chose the Skull. So this is about the ending of something. This may have been a death, or it could just be the death of a certain cycle for you. Let's look at the overall energy of this reading. And if we need to pull some clarifiers, we'll pull some clarifiers. So the overall energy is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So this is like planting seeds that don't grow, planting seeds on barren soil. This is a slow energy here. So this may be a slow death that we're talking about. Some of the things that were coming to me intuitively was someone who's elderly and they're dying of like Alzheimer's, and it's like taking a long time, this slow progression. I was also thinking about like someone on life support where you're doing all these things, you're trying to like bring them back. Sorry to be talking about such a serious subject, but this is what's coming to me in these cards. So someone on life support who like, we're trying all these things and we're hoping that they'll wake up. Maybe they're in a coma or something like that. We're hoping that they'll wake up, or we're hoping that they'll get better, and it's just not really working. The seeds that we're planting aren't growing. So that, let me get some clarifiers on that. That's just what's initially coming to me. And also, if you relate to this, to what I've said so far, you may relate to group 1, because I'm definitely feeling some of the same themes that were in that group. So clarification on the Skull, please. So we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Queen of Cups reversed. So yeah, the Queen of Cups reversed is definitely someone who's really like having an emotionally difficult time dealing with this ending, right? And yeah, this is bringing back what I was saying about it. It's giving me kind of feelings of a person who's really like trying to nurture and care give someone who's not doing well. Or it doesn't even have to be a person. This could be just a situation, right? This could be a situation that's kind of on its last leg, and you're trying to nurture this situation, but it's not working. An Ace of Swords, this is really like the sword of truth. So like there's this truth that's kind of like staring you in the face, right? Like an example that just came to me was like you're in a situation, you're in a marriage with somebody, and the marriage is kind of rocky, and then you find out that they're cheating, right? And you've been trying to nurture this marriage back to health. You've been trying to plant seeds to nurture this marriage back to health, but it's not really working. You're really emotional about that, and this truth is kind of staring you in the face, right? So there's a lot of scenarios that have that energetically would mirror that. So if this relates, if this resonates for you, now definitely only if it resonates, because I feel like this truth that I'm talking about, this is already out in the open. Like that's the feeling that I'm getting. It's already out in the open. So definitely if you're married and your marriage is rocky or whatever, don't be like, oh, she said that there was some cheating going on. No, I'm saying, I'm just giving that as an example. Whatever it is, this truth is. The truth also in the scenario of someone who's sick, the first scenario that I mentioned, the truth could be, the truth that's staring you in the face might be this person isn't going to make it, right? And that truth, it's staring you in the face, it's evident, but it's like you may not be willing to accept it yet. Let's look at the energy of the situation. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, things aren't manifesting in the way you want to. What is the effect on you? Eight of Swords. You feel trapped in a situation. This is taking me back to the marriage situation. You may be feeling trapped in a certain situation with another person. It's a situation that's not going great. It's on its that last leg. And the things that you're trying to, the seeds that you're trying to plant to nurse this situation back to health, they're not working. So you feel kind of trapped in this situation. So what is it holding you back from? Nine of Swords reversed. It's holding you back from coming out of this stress and anxiety that you're in, this very difficult mental state. It could be a depressive state. It could be, but whatever it is, it's like, it's really like you're kind of haunted in a way by it, like mentally. This is like, so it's the situation itself is keeping you from coming out of that. Like as long as you're in this situation, you're going to be in a state of stress and anxiety, maybe even depression. So why is it hard for you to heal from this? Seven of Wands reversed, because you don't have great boundaries. You don't have great boundaries. So this is a situation where you know the truth of it. This is taking me back again to a situation where you're with somebody who's like cheating on you or whatever. It's like, or that's just one scenario. This could just be talking about a person who's not very nice to you or whatever. And it's like your boundaries around this person aren't great. So it's a situation that you could walk away from. But it's like I had this guy that I was talking to for a while who, like, I knew he wasn't right for me, but there was just like some kind of emotional connection that we had, some kind of bond that we had. And like, if he called, like I knew I shouldn't pick up the phone when he called, but when he called, I was picking up the phone and smiling the whole time, right? So it's like my boundaries around this person weren't great. And, as long as I don't have firm boundaries around a person that I know I need to have firm boundaries around, this energy was going to stick around. What is the next one? What is the advice from Spirit? Six of Pentacles. So the advice from spirit is to like know that you have so much to give and so much to offer. Um, and in the we've kind of veered away from like the scenario where somebody may be ill and stuff like that. In that case, the Six of Pentacles would really, to me, it speaks to like remembering what this person had to offer you, like remembering the good times, not to be focused on all of the negative. This person gave so much to you. So think about that, right? Um, and in the case of like someone in a negative relationship, think about what you have to offer, right? Like what are you deserving of? Let's see. What will be the outcome of this? There's going to be an awakening. This situation is going to help you grow so much. You're going to grow so much from it. And there's going to be an awakening that's going to come from it. The Magician, you're going to learn where you could have influence. No, not this situation, but you could influence your life in a greater way. You're going to learn how to do that. And you're going to learn where. So an example of what I'm talking about is that we can choose to sit in an energy of stress and anxiety, or we can choose not to do that, right? We can choose to have firm boundaries, or we can choose not to. So I feel like this situation is gonna bring you the awareness to know um how to act, how to treat yourself really in situations going forward. Is it a loving act towards yourself not to have boundaries around someone who is negatively influencing your mental state? Um, and even in the case of someone being sick or someone passing away, you know, I'm thinking more of like someone being sick. Like, is it necessarily beneficial for you or them to hold on to them like longer than need be, right? Are they going to wake up and suddenly have a wonderful, fulfilling life? You know what I mean? Or I'm thinking this is kind of like a deep subject that I'm talking about right now, but there's definitely situations where we hold on to people long after we really should be, because like there comes a point where like everything after this point is just kind of torture for that person, medically and stuff like that. So thinking about how you can manipulate the energy of a situation in the way that's positive for you and other people. And then you have the Temperance reverse. So yeah, I think you're going to see where, temperance is all about this balance between the spiritual and the physical. And when temperance is reversed, there's an imbalance. So this Judgment card is going to do a lot. This awakening, it doesn't have to necessarily be spiritual, but this awakening that this situation is going to send you in is going to help you see where you may not be super balanced, right, in life. And an example of how that looks is like in 2014, I had like a near death experience because I have MS and I had a really bad relapse and stuff like that. And, it really made me think about what is really important in life after that, right? You start to look at things different. You start to see where the way you looked at things in the past may have been a little out of balance, right? Um, so yeah, this is your reading, pile 3. I hope you could resonate with this. And if you could resonate, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. I would love, love, love if you could resonate to this reading, for you to send me a little message down below and let me know how this reading resonated with you. It's always great to hear feedback. And until next time, pile 3, bye.